Hello and welcome. I'm Wang. Thanks for joining me today for the Fantasy Minute. Thankfully, mercifully, we're done with the NFL preseason and ready for the real deal, beginning with the season opener between the Green Bay Packers and Seattle Seahawks. Moving on to my fantasy stock watch, let's start with a player on the rise. This week, it's Tom Brady. The future Hall of Famer has been drafted outside the top 10 among fantasy quarterbacks this year, but his value is higher than that given the expected return of Rob Gronkowski, another year of experience with untested wide receivers from last season, and the addition of Tim Wright, who the Patriots are going to use to try to revive the two tight end system that flourished with Gronk and Aaron Hernandez. As we look at players whose stock fell after the final round of preseason games, Titans running back Bishop Sankey comes to mind. Tennessee had high hopes for the rookie in the preseason, but during training camp, veteran Sean Green played well enough to be placed first on the depth chart. Now, that doesn't mean Sankey won't be the starter at some point this season, but lower expectations if he's in your lineup against a solid Kansas City defense. Remember, you can find my Stock Watch column about other players on whom I'm both bullish and bearish every Tuesday at WashingtonPost.com. Week 1 of the regular season also features several players you should strongly consider starting based on matchups who you otherwise may not have clicked onto your opening day roster. The first is Colin Kaepernick. The 49ers quarterback has a dream matchup against the Dallas Cowboys, who have a defense that could be historically horrible without DeMarcus Ware, Sean Lee, and Orlando Scandrick. Plus, Kaepernick has a healthy Michael Crabtree and the addition of veteran wide receiver Stevie Johnson. Another sleeper pick in Week 1 is Eagles tight end Zach Ertz. Philadelphia is at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who gave up the 4th most fantasy points to tight ends last season. Ertz has shown a great deal of promise in the preseason, so expect plenty of targets in an offense that can score in bunches. Don't forget to set your lineups for the season opener again between the Packers and Seahawks. Please join me next week for another installment of the Fantasy Minute.